My name is Maloney. I'm with Jefferson County Vision. Tonight I want to speak on a topic with the wastewater permit and some things that are specific to Rockwool and some things that are general information for this council and as well for the wastewater treatment facility. I speak from personal experience of about 15 years in water research and applied management. And I've spent some time looking at the permit and specifically the flow diagram and this balance table, the summary table of Burr Industrial Park sample, as well as Rockwool's estimates of what the different water constituents will be exiting the facility. And in short, I think this table needs more explanation than what's given in the permit. I don't want to go into all the calculations that I tried to do on this, but one thing that comes out strongly here is that sodium and chloride are coming out extremely high from this facility, and I take this to be from the water softening system that Rockwool is using, which I understand the need for it because, as we all know, a lot of us have water softeners in our homes to deal with hard water. We don't want the pipes to get gunked up, so we use water softeners. But the result here is extremely high chloride levels. For example, we have they're going to be putting out 2,740 milligrams per liter of chloride. The DEP is allowing Rockwool to, or you guys, or the wastewater treatment facility to accept 5,000 milligrams a liter. So we don't want to go much higher than this 2,740. Why are chlorides a problem? Well, I could go into all the ecological reasons that chlorides are an issue. There is an extremely growing body of research showing why chlorides are really bad for surface water. But for the sake of this council, they can be a monetary problem for your wastewater treatment facilities and also for drinking water facilities because chlorides, salty water, impairs the biological activity of what's the third level treatment in a water system. So Charlestown, to my information, recently in 2017 spent probably millions of dollars to upgrade your wastewater treatment facility to comply with Chesapeake Bay watershed implementation. That's correct? Which I commend. That's wonderful. I've spent a lot of time doing research on Chesapeake Bay. I think that's wonderful, and thank you for doing that. Chlorides can impair the ability of wastewater treatment plants to function properly. Chlorides are not filtered out. They can't be settled. They go through wastewater treatment facilities, but they also impair the biological activity of that third level treatment. And there's research that shows that when salt levels go up in wastewater treatment plants, the ability of your wastewater treatment plant to remove ammonia, nitrogen, and phosphates goes down. You do not want to impair the capabilities of your treatment facility to remove nitrogen and phosphorus because that is the whole point of your tertiary treatment. Also, chlorides can become a problem for drinking water systems because they are corrosive to pipes. Now, a lot of states have started to enact standards for chlorides in surface waters, and also a lot of wastewater treatment facilities and municipalities around the states and in Canada have started to try to figure out plans for dealing with chlorides in water. This is not simply a Rockwool problem, I will admit that. As all of you know, home water softener systems put in a lot of salt into our wastewater treatment facilities. This is something that we should look at across the board. But it is not an easy problem to solve. And I'm definitely not here tonight to try to propose any solutions. There are people trying to do research on that. I'm going to leave you with this document, which is Alternatives for Addressing Chloride in Wastewater Effluent from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. They outline a whole tables upon tables of alternatives. It is extremely costly. Somebody estimated that for every dollar that it's spent trying to remove the hardness issue from water, it takes $5 to remove the chloride at the wastewater treatment plant. This is not an inexpensive thing, and this is something that's going to be coming up more and more and more in the news and in municipalities in coming years. So in general, I think it's something that I would suggest you might want to look into. I'll leave you with this. But since Rockwool is planning on putting so much salt down the drain, and also because we don't know how much more could be increased, I have questions about this table. Their water sample, why did they not use They used the Burr Park sample. If they had used the Bel Air sample, the hardness of Bel Air was 40% higher than the hardness of the water coming out of Burr. Maybe, I don't know, is that the reason that they used the Burr Park sample? Harder water means more salt is needed to treat it. So I'll leave you with this and just ask you again that you look into the numbers in that table and consider pulling that permit to West Virginia DEP. And this is not an issue to be taken lightly. And thank you for your time.
All of us.